Hi guys, I welcome you all to this amazing tutorial. So in this video, we are going to be learning how to draft the sculpted corset. The first thing to do is to mark the shoulder line, also known as the starting line, right? So from there, you are going to determine the biggest round measurement you have. So that is between your round bust, under bust, and the upper hip. So whichever one you have, which is the biggest, all you need to do is to divide it into two plus 1 inch or 0.75. So after that, you have to find the middle of that space as well. So that is just what I'm doing. This is because we want to draft the front and the back pattern together. Please, if this is your first time, you're highly welcome. Please like and comment on this video. Thank you. So from there, I'm going to mark all my vertical body measurements. And if you do not know what vertical body measurement is, then I'm so sorry for you because I don't want to go into so much details so that this video will not be so long. So I'll go to the back and I'm going to do the same. I'm going to mark all the vertical body measurements for the back pattern. So if you are still confused about these lines, stay connected as I'll be labeling each of the lines. So by the time I label the lines, you'll be able to, recognize the lines when you see it. Okay. So now see for the chest line, B on bust point, UB under bust, W for the waist, FL for the full length, and SH for the shoulder line. So you go ahead and mark your width of neck, and you divide your shoulder by 2 and mark it as well. So I'm going to slant the shoulder by 1.5 for the front and 1 inch for the back. For the depth of the neck, I'm going to be using 3.5 for the front. And I'm going to connect it like so. So for the back, I use 1.5 for the depth of the neck. On the chest line, you have to remark your shoulder measurement divided into 2 as well. And you connect it like so. So you go to the bust point, you divide your nipple to nipple measurement into 2. Okay. So after that, the next thing to do is to go to the half length. You go in by 0.5 on the waistline and you are to connect it like so because this is called a sway back because our back is not straight. From there, you can now mark your nipple to nipple measurement divided into 2. For the under bust tightening, I use 0.75 in between the line. Okay, so on the half length, that's the waist, I'll be taking out 1 inch, which we are going to include in our round measurements. Okay, so on the hem, I open it up by 0.2 in between the line. Okay, so for the under bust tightening, you can choose to mark less on the center side and more on the side, but in this case, I choose to mark the same. Okay, so whatever thing I have at the under bust, I'm just going to extend it and take it to the hem. This is just to give me enough space to draft my corset. It doesn't necessarily mean that this dart is going to add to anything much. So from the chest line, I went up by 1.5. So you find the middle of your shoulder and you're going to connect it to the bust point. After this, I'm going to mark 0.75 in between the overbust tightening line, and with the French curve, I'm going to connect it like so. Please take a note or how I did it so that you can do yours the same. So I'm going to mark the depth of my neck, which ranges from 0.5 below my bust point. So I'm going to take that 0.5 down, and from the end of the last dart, I'm going to connect it like so, and we've gotten our first cup. So you're going to divide your round bust by 4. So for this dart, I'll be taking just 0.75 and adding it to my bust divided into 4. and it's going to remain 0.75 again because we did 0.75 in between the over bust tightening. Okay, so whatever thing I have on the chest line, I'm going to mark it on the bust line as well. From there I drop down by 0.5, so I'm just going to connect like so. So after that, the remaining 0.75, I'm going to use it to tightening the yoke. That is why I told you that I return only one of the 0.75 back to my bust divided into 4. If you have any question, kindly drop it under the comment section. On at the underbust, you are going to divide your round underbust by 4 plus all the darts that was taken. We are going to do the same for the waist and the upper hip line. So after that, we are now going to connect our lines. So from there, I went in by 2 inches and I'm going to connect to create the second cap. So now I'm going to mark my bust dart, which is 2 inches. From the hem, I went up by 1 inch. Okay, so you find the middle of this waistline and you're going to take at least 0.2 in between the line. This is our cinching effect. You can do 0.1 in between this line, but for an average, I normally love to do 0.2 in between this line. So the next thing is to divide your round bust into 4. Divide your waist into 4 plus 2 inches and the upper hip into 4. Or you can choose to just connect from the bust point to the upper hip and you can later on take it out as a dart. So at this point, I came in by 2 inches and on the hem by 1 inch. So you find the middle of this line and you are going to take out that 2 inches we have added on the half length divided into 2. But before then, you need to go up at least by 1 inch above the chest line. So I'll be posting this video on YouTube where I use direct voice. This is voice record to make this video shorter. So I'll be posting this video on YouTube. So make sure you stay connected. If you want to watch it on a slower vision where you'll be hearing my voice directly and not on a record. So I find the middle of this line and from there I'm going to drop down again by 0.5 from the chest line so that the front and the back pattern will be able to align. Okay, so you went up again by 1 inch and you connect it. So to create the keyhole, I came down from the neck by 1.5. Okay, so from this point I went down by 1.5 as well and I'm going to connect it like this.